All right, everybody. I'm probably the last person to talk about these new Jazwares Five Nights at Freddy's figures and plushes, but I really wanted to talk about them because, well, I'm late to the show. I've been sick. My voice has been kind of raspy and gravelly and not the greatest, so I'm finally here and we're talking about them. So let's get right into talking about this new line of merch that Jazwares is coming out with. All right, the first image I have here is the full, I guess, lineup of the toy animatronics they're going to be putting out. Now, obviously, we don't have the Marionette or Balloon Boy here, but we do have the 4 main toy animatronics, and that is Toy Bonnie, the Mangle, Toy Freddy, and Toy Chica. Now, I'm really excited about Mangle, okay? This is something I've wanted for years, right? I wanted Funko to create at least a Funko Pop or some type of Build-A-Figure for Mangle, and they never did. It literally took a change in license to get this done. And looking at Chica there, it doesn't look like her beak is removable, and this is further backed up when the closer look at Chica happens. We'll get into that image later in the video, but these guys look pretty cool, and I'm probably going to buy all of them just because we've wanted toy animatronics for years. And to make things even better, to sweeten the deal, we're also getting Withered animatronics, something that we've also wanted for years. Okay, settle down, it's not that serious. Anyway, we're getting this 2-pack, which has an endoskeleton, and then I guess 2 casings, like an actual animatronic casings. This is really cool. I hope this feature works out for the toys, because this is really cool if that's how they're doing it. So you get the endoskeleton, which I believe has all the articulation on it, and then you put like the casing of regular original Freddy or the casing of Withered Freddy on there, and it's really cool. So this will be interesting. I wonder if the actual casing has articulation on itself, or if strictly all of the articulation for these figures comes from the endoskeleton that the casing appears to be put on top of. But this looks like a really cool gimmick, and I'm really excited to see how that turns out and how that works. And then real quick here, you have what the box looks like, and I actually really like this design. You got the render there of Freddy looking angry. It says Five Nights at Freddy's, and the actual box itself looks like the 3 figures are standing in the FNAF 1 office about to kill you, and I think that's a really cool presentation. And then the next image here, we have FNAF 1 Bonnie, or original Bonnie, and Withered Bonnie. And these figures do not look like they have the same gimmick that the other ones did, where they sort of are applied to one figure that has the articulation. It looks like these 2 are just complete regular figures, and they look really cool. Like, I like these things. I think they look awesome. I think that the articulation looks about the same as the Funko figures. There might be a few extra bells and whistles, but it basically looks like a lot of the moving joints here are just ball joints. And you know, I'm not really upset about that either, because, I mean, let's face it, most of the animatronics in the franchise literally just have giant ball joints between their limbs, so, you know, it's not anything too upsetting or, you know, out of the realm of what already exists in universe for the game. And then something I was super excited to see, we're finally getting an articulated Mangle figure. Yeah, I'm real excited about this. So it looks great. Like, it looks pulled directly out of the games. I really hope that Mangle has a hinged jaw there. That'll just make it awesome. But she's got the 3 legs. She's got the disjointed limbs. She looks really cool and scary. I'm super happy that this is coming out. I mean, I don't know if this is going to be a bigger figure, if it's going to be small. because, you know, you gotta have all that space for her limbs. Maybe she's gonna come disassembled slightly in the box, and you'll have to have minor assembly, which will make that even cooler. But she's just really cool. Like, it looks like it's pulled directly out of the game, and this is everything I really wanted out of a Mangle figure, or at least from what I can tell. We can only really make our solid conclusions once these start hitting store shelves and we get them in person, physical versions, right? Next up, we got Toy Chica, and Toy Chica, she be looking fine. Like, this figure looks like it was pulled directly out of Five Nights at Freddy's 2. It doesn't look like her eyes come off or her beak. Now, personally, I like Toy Chica with her eyes and beak on, but I can see why other people like the look of Chica with no eyes and no beak. It makes her look so scary and creepy, but this looks cool too. Maybe we'll get a alternate version or something, or maybe this will come with an alternate head. I don't think it'll come with an alternate head, but maybe we'll get an alternate version of Chica that looks like that. They can call it Toy Chica Night version or something like that. So this one looks great. I love how it looks. It looks like a model pulled directly out of the video game. I can't say anything other than that. You got Toy Bonnie, and Toy Bonnie again looks like he was pulled directly out of the video game. He looks great, and I love how he looks. The articulation on this looks really nice. I mean, I would assume it's ball joints, but the ball joints are nicely hidden in a way. It just looks like the animatronic joints, which looks really good. We also have Toy Freddy, and again, much like the other three, he looks like exactly how he does in the video game. In Five Nights at Freddy's 2, he looks great, and I love how he looks. They've even made him nice and loafy like he is in the game. He's got that nice loaf belly, them baby cheeks. Look, he looks great, okay? They're also producing a new Jumpscare Freddy plush. Now, this doesn't look to be much different from the one that came before it, only that it looks just really ugly compared to the one that came before it. I mean, that one looked ugly. This looks uglier. But, you know, there's this one. It's going to have lights and sounds, and it's going to have animation to it, right? Pretty cool if you're into that. I'm not. I have no interest in picking this up. And then we have some new plushies. So I'm really excited about these, okay? Now, they're not much different from what Funko was putting out for their collectible plushies, but these look like how the characters look in the games, right? The teddy bear style plushies. You got the marionette, you got Freddy Fazbear, Bonnie the Bunny, Chica the Chicken, with Mr. Cupcake, and Foxy. And something that I like that is different from how Funko was doing their plushies is that specifically for the Fazbear Band, not so much the puppet and not so much Mr. Cupcake. I count Mr. Cupcake as a separate character. But for the Fazbear Band, you can see that they're actually hairy, like fuzzy and stuff. Like they actually have fur. And not that the other plushies weren't like furry or fluffy or cuddly or anything, but they made a deliberate effort, it would seem, to make these look like they're hairy or covered in fur, which I think is a nice look for the plushies. It kind of separates them from the design of the Sanchi or the Funko plushies. And the last thing that we're going to be talking about when it comes to Jazwares' upcoming Five Nights at Freddy's merch is this line of Five Nights at Freddy's themed Squishmallows. And these will include the likes of Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. I would assume Freddy will be included in this at some point, but we do not have reveals of him yet. This is really cool, okay? I don't know if you know this, but your boy, he likes Squishmallows, okay? He has a few of them. I got the Basilisk, I got the two different colored Ankylosauruses, and I got, you know, a few Stitch ones. So I'm really excited about these three that are coming out. Potentially a fourth one that we don't have a reveal for yet. But these are cool. Now, before bringing this video to an end, I wanted to real quick talk about this Five Nights at Freddy's Fat Stack construction set. This looks to be the new Five Nights at Freddy's Lego adjacent product after Five Nights at Freddy's McFarlane Toys construction sets, okay? And these things look pretty much very similar to them. Like, they're even using the same sort of design and even endoskeleton sculpt that those figures were. I wouldn't even be surprised if McFarlane Toys just sold the Five Nights at Freddy's construction sets to this fat stack company. But it's also not the same. I mean, obviously it looks very much in line with those McFarlane Toy sets, but those sets, despite how cool and detailed they were for the minifigures, they basically had very base level Lego movement, right? Very stiff. They took the time to give these ball joints. Now, I don't know if there's any other ball joints in this figure, but you can definitely see very visible, plain as day, there are ball joints in the arms, creating a sort of elbow joint, which is new for Lego style figures. But this Roxanne Wolf looks really cool, and you get a recharge station to put her in, which is a really cool kind of displayable feature for this figure. With that being said, this pretty much wraps up my look at the upcoming Five Nights at Freddy's Jazzware line of merch. It looks really good, okay? Now, I can't make any final opinions on this until I get this in my hand and review it on the desk for you guys. But right now, this stuff looks really good, and I'm really excited to go and find these in my stores and to bring them home and see what they're all about. But I don't know when these come out. I believe I heard a while ago that these weren't coming out until around Christmas time of 2025. But don't hold me to that, because I've said things that I thought were true before, and I've been completely wrong. But with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. Do take care, have a great night, and I'll see you in the next video.